Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Magpie.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
It's been a week. I think the only thing that I know that has happened happened today.
Oh, and all the layoffs.
Yeah, the layoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Embracer has laid off a sizable portion of Gearbox Support Studios' Lost Boys Interactive, which means most likely they're going to be closing.
Yeah, probably.
If they've gotten rid of a sizable.
Apparently, already they're like over halfway, if not near, to like 75%, if not more, of like total industry layoffs of the last year. Which, considering last year was pretty bad for layoffs, is worrying, if I'm going to be blunt about it.
Yeah, it's getting
kind of concerning, because how much more can you cut without actually seriously damaging the company that you're trying to cut to save money for?
Yeah.
Because also like the especially the AAA game industry has gone into this all eggs in one basket mode. Like Activision Blizzard has Call of Duty. I mean, granted they're now owned by Microsoft, but like EA has its Ultimate Team, etc., etc. So I'm kind of concerned that like all it takes is one of those games to flop badly, and a major company may go under.
Oh, it's
the way it's going.
It's going to eventually happen
because they're not. And again, I feel it boils down to again the fact that the people at the top actually don't have a fucking clue about the market that they're in. They think they can just they two things. One is that, and two, they think money is an infinite resource and they can just keep milking their audience for as much as possible. Now, granted, FIFA was announced as the biggest selling game of last year. Well, EA,
at least in the UK.
EAFC in the UK. So, you know, the UK fan base.
Yeah.
We're fucking idiots.
Whoop. So yeah, Embracer as again. More layoffs for the Embracer Group. This time with Lost Boys Interactive. Lost Boys, which was founded in 2017, is a sports studio which has worked with Gearbox on a number of projects, including Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. In 2022, the studio was acquired by Gearbox, which in turn is owned by the Embracer Group, and saw its staff grow to over 400 people following the acquisition. However, as reported by Aftermath, the studio was hit on Friday with numerous layoffs, although it's not yet clear exactly how many employees have been laid off. Former studio producer Jared Pace posted on LinkedIn that it had been a sizable portion, including himself. Still trying to understand the scope of it all, he said. But sadly, this is a song and dance we're all familiar with.
Yeah. There was an article with Blue News, you know,
yeah.
You know what I'm on about. They basically were saying that, like...
Are you on about Jason Schreier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Jason Schreier. What's his name? He mostly does Blizzard stuff, news articles.
No idea.
YouTube.
No.
Never mind. Anyway, but if you think about it, all these companies bloated out so quickly and expanded massively during the pandemic because everyone was at home. Everyone didn't have anything to do, so what did they do? They played games.
Yeah.
And so, thinking about it, I think a lot of companies, because they're so used to number just keeps going up, and we do everything to make sure number just keeps going up, expanded their workforce and their stuff, thinking that it was just going to keep on going in that trajectory.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid. The most short. I mean, I mean, I'm not surprised. This is an industry that thinks of only for the next 6 months down the line.
Next 6 months?
And I'm being generous. It's probably 3. The next financial quarter. That's all they care about. And therefore, they don't actually, pay attention to their surroundings and what's actually happening.
So yeah, this is the latest from Embracer. Obviously, Volition got shut down for Saints Row. Free Radical Design recently just got shut down. And they've also put Gearbox up for sale.
Yeah. And it's I feel sorry for like the people at the ground floor again. Like, I know we've said this before, but it's like the stress, anxiety, and all the crap that comes with this, they don't deserve that.
Yeah,
no one deserves it.
So since in September 2023, the company made more than 900 layoffs, with cuts impacting such studios as Crystal Dynamics, Beamdog, Zen Studios, and Fish Labs. Last month, Embracer made more layoffs at New World Interactive, 3D Realms, and Slipgate Ironworks.
Yeah, and Crystal Dynamics is one of those they bought off Sony as well.
Square Enix.
That's Square Enix, sorry. Yeah. Just the thing with Embracer, we did say they were growing faster than they really should be.
Yeah.
We did. I think we did mention that they seemed to be just gobbling up companies at a rate that was not sustainable. Maybe not in those exact words, but again, though, it's still like it sucks for the people affected by it. Though it's bad enough for people losing, to lose their jobs over this, especially when they had probably nothing to do with it. And this we're still in January.
Oh yeah.
We've had Amazon decide to basically, I think it's like 10% to 30% of staff from Twitch, Prime, and another company that they have. But basically,
it's one of the film studios.
Yeah, they just let like almost like a third of the staff go from some of them, and it is literally like, in one sense, I'm like, I understand Amazon don't want to be just hemorrhaging money all the time. I totally understand that. But the other part of me is going, you're fucking Amazon.
Yeah, no.
You're fucking Amazon. You make billions of profits. A decent amount of it doesn't get taxed because, fucking the loopholes you make use of. And it's just...
Oh no, we talked about that last week.
Oh, you're on about the
voice actors.
The voice actors, yes.
Yeah,
the voice actors. The gaming voice actor guild got part of the.
But we actually talked about that. In the
we
last
did
one.
actually talk about that.
So I actually need to find something else to talk about. Shit.
Yeah, because technically we didn't. It was it last week?
No.
It was like the week before that we.
Kind of, yeah. It was in between. It's like a weekend.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Anyway, yeah, moving on. Unfortunately for those 500.
Yeah, I think you said 500. Either way, anyone and everyone that's losing their job in the gaming industry, it sucks. It's bad. I hope they land on their feet.
The thing is, the way things are going, where the fuck are they going to go? It's like everybody's cutting jobs.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing. It's like, well,
you can't even go to Twitch.
No. But also, maybe they have to go outside the gaming industry to get a job.
Yeah.
Programming skills are always going to be sought after. It's just whether or not they are, valued as much as they really should be. That's the problem.
Sorry, I'm just seeing if I can find anything else.
You had everything set up and then realised, oh shit, we talked about this.
Yeah,
last
we
time.
already talked about it.
It's fine. This is where the narrator goes. In actual fact, it was.
It was not fine.
It was not fine.
That's not good. Because apparently the Nintendo Switch 2 got leaked. And I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, it got leaked in the sense that someone said something and all the media went nuts about it. And I'm like, it's in such early development from what was said that it might end up not happening. Like the amount of stuff that Sony were apparently working on that ends up being an absolute nothing burger because potentially they were working on it, but it got to a point where they literally went, nah, this is never going to work. We're not going to release it. Ooh, something we can talk about. Suicide Squad.
Yes. I saw it. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so
it's a bit weird.
It's a little bit weird because this is one of those moments where, like, obviously, we've kind of ragged on Suicide Squad.
Yes,
because that's mainly because I generally
everything they've shown us,
the marketing on this game has been god awful,
and everything they've shown us has not been interesting. The combat loop does not look interesting, and it looks like a looter shooter. And I'm like, the one thing a Suicide Squad game should not be is a looter shooter.
This is going to be a looter shooter. It's 100% a looter shooter. But the NDA recently
yes,
got lifted.
Yes, because
for people who played the alpha.
So that was an issue with a lot of the press early reactions were very negative.
Yeah.
And a few people who were under the NDA were basically saying, look, you need to lift the NDA because I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
And it's been lifted, and the people that wanted to talk about it have actually got positive things to say, which is a surprise.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I was quite shocked.
Pleasantly surprised.
I saw a lot of YouTubers and a lot of reviewers that aren't part of the gaming press.
Now, I will honestly say this: it still is not a game I will enjoy because it's not what I.
It doesn't look like it's a game that I would spend £70 on.
Yeah,
like
I
think if it comes out,
but it is not the complete and utter catastrophe that we thought it was going to be.
The stuff that we were shown,
yeah, made it look out potentially was going to be, which is always nice to hear. I mean, to be honest, we'd rather it not be the case of us being surprised that it's actually not shit. I actually look forward to being good, but you know, let's take the W's when we can get them.
Yeah. Yeah, according to this new Suicide video game, faces a tough road. This is on Bloomberg.
Yes.
Which, yeah, it does. It's coming out. We're already in a sea of multiplayer games.
Yeah.
That are out there.
The finals came out last month.
Yeah, we've got. I'm trying to think what's big coming out this month.
I think there is something. Oh, Tekken 8's coming out this month.
Tekken 8's out. You've got Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Is also coming out this month on the same day as Tekken. Because that's not fucking.
That's not trying to kill your wallet, is it?
Thanks a lot. Thanks
Cheers.
a lot, Japan. Thank you. So it's Tekken 8. And the next month we've got, I think the big one is Persona 3.
Yeah.
The Reload. I know Grand Blue Fantasy Relinks out, but that's probably I've got a feeling that's going to be more of a niche.
Yeah, that's a niche.
Although I have played the demo, it's very fucking good. Like, it's really fun,
which is good. Also, you know, it's been released in when's Suicide Squad out? Is it next month?
I think it's next month.
It's still like February. People are still recovering from Christmas, which a lot of people have actually spent a little bit more than usual, so there's not as much money going around. And, you know, it's in the gaming sphere, a lot of people are losing their jobs right now, so that's not gonna be great. So it's being released in a very, don't want to say bad window, but it's got a lot of things stacked against it in regards to just even if it was a good game. and not just the press and the fan like image that the previews were giving it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite glad. I'm quite happy. I'm glad
Yeah, I'm happy
that we've got people saying that it's actually pretty good.
It's actually not bad. That's a definite thing. I mean, I still think they should have gone for a different tack with Suicide Squad, even if they wanted a live service, because you've got the fact that they've basically made it a looter shooter means they rule out an awful lot of characters that are in the Suicide Squad.
Well, I mean, the problem is that they can still bring them in, mainly because you've got Captain Boomerang using a sniper rifle or a shotgun.
I know, but it makes
You've
sense.
got Harley Quinn using like a minigun
and not her mallet.
and not her mallet or her ridiculously
Ridiculously oversized
revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. The thing with me is like the fact that everyone's is a shooty bang bang. It reduces the amount of
Oh, I know. It
variation.
It takes away like actual things you can do.
Yeah.
With characters, like, so everybody's now going to be shooty, other than they're like, I reckon they're only going to have 3 abilities, or it's going to be like you've got a load of abilities, but you can only pick 3.
Yeah, probably.
Sort of thing.
And again, it's like it's so much wasted potential, but it's not shit, and that's always a good thing.
It's always good.
And so if people are enjoying it, good on them. Great for them. It's just clearly not meant for me.
I'm not going to get it. Like I said, I'm not going to spend 70 quid on it.
No.
But that's not going to happen.
No.
But if it's on the sale, and depending on how much the sale is, probably give it a go. I like DC. When they're not being stupid.
That's the problem, when they're not being stupid.
When they're not being stupid. Okay.
It's a problem with
right. This is gonna be a really quick one today.
It is gonna be.
There's not gonna be.
Hasn't really been a lot for us to talk about apart from people losing their jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
For the love of God, gaming.
So this is an article that came out 3 weeks ago. Yeah,
Yes.
3 weeks ago.
We didn't really touch on this because I think everyone was like wondering what the fuck that's going to do. Because
Well, I didn't touch on it mainly because I was holidaying.
yeah,
I was like, I'm not doing this. No,
we're not doing it.
we're not doing it this week.
No,
We're gonna wait till the new year and then we'll do things.
then we'll talk.
Right. So over the new year, China has brought in a new rules that is to limit the amount of money and time that people spend on video games.
Yes.
So what these are basically no longer can you do, at least in China anyway, no longer is the daily login stuff allowed.
Yeah, they're not allowed the daily login stuff. I think there has to be like a limit on the amount of money someone can spend. Yeah. China has been very, very vocal and very, very pissed. About
apparently
a lot
people
of their
haven't been
population.
going. Yeah, a lot of the population haven't been going to work and all this other stuff. And it's like, nope, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Nope. And just because China looks and says they're not a totalitarian regime, doesn't mean that they're not a totalitarian regime.
Yeah. The restrictions are aimed at limiting in-game purchases and preventing obsessive gaming behaviour. The draft legislation is a blow to the world's largest online gaming market, which is still recovering from a previous crackdown. The news sent shares in tech giants tumbling and wiped tens of billions of dollars off their value.
Well, yeah, because the biggest market for, especially like the gachas and all that, is China. That is the biggest market. So yeah, that will affect them badly.
The planned curbs also reiterate a ban on forbidden online game content that endangers national unity and endangers national security or harms national reputation, and interests. Beijing first moved against the gaming sector in 2021, ruling that online gamers under the age of 18 would only be allowed to play for an hour on Fridays, weekends and holidays. But the latest raft of restrictions go further. Online games must not offer rewards that entice people to excessively play and spend, including those for daily logins and topping up accounts with additional funds, such said the industry regulator, the National Press and Public Administration, the NPPA. So what that basically means is if you play Genshin, Honkai,
any MMO.
Well, no, because I don't think
MMOs
don't really do it.
Yeah, WoW has a date. I mean, Final Fantasy XIV doesn't, because that's the game philosophy for that game is play as much as you want and then go have a break and then come back.
Oh yeah.
WoW on the other hand is you've got to go and do it and get your dailies. You've got to go in and get your
a lot of the mobile games.
A lot of the mobile games.
A lot of the mobile games are going to get hurt by this.
Read pretty much all of the mobile games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clash of Clans, yeah, blooming whatever basically, if it's a mobile game being advertised on YouTube, yeah, we see you.
Yeah. Raid,
Shadow Legends
gonna suffer there.
Yeah, that's what this is aimed at. Now, granted, I look at the whole, you can only play an hour on a computer game, and I'm like, yeah, as if you're going to be able to enforce that. That's not happening. Look, if people aren't going to work because they're playing fucking whatever it is, fire them.
Yeah.
Just fire them and hire someone who will come to work. Not, you were sick that day, so we'll fire you because we think you were actually playing games. No, actually, if you can prove that they are just basically bunking off work to play games, then fire them.
China is the world's largest gaming market, and Tencent is the global leader in the section in terms of revenue. The company dominates the Asian market and has invested in game studios across the world. Following the NPPA announcement, Tencent's share price fell by 12.4%. That is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money disappearing.
Tencent Games Vice President Vigo Xiang said Tencent would strictly implement any new regulatory requirements. The new draft rules have not veered from regulators' ongoing focus on ensuring companies have reasonable business models and operating candidates, he said. He added that miners have been spending a historically low level of money and time on Tencent games since 2021, when protection of younger players became a focus for Beijing. Shares in rival NetEase, which has not commented yet on the proposals, were down by more than 24%.
Oh, Jesus, that's bloody hell! Almost a loss of one for every $4. Ouch! That's ouch. That is an ouch.
Shares of Dutch tech investor Prosus lost more than 14%. Prosus stock performance is closely linked to that of Tencent, which is its biggest investment in a wide-ranging portfolio of technology stocks. The shockwaves were felt throughout Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Hong Kong's Hang Seng, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, index, which dropped more than 4% at one point and was down 1.7% by the close of the trade.
Yeah, because Hong Kong is very financial but also technology economy. So yeah, that will help. Not.
NetEase have a lot of free-to-play games. Yes, they do.
They do indeed.
Where was it? A lot of free-to-play games that are pay-to-win, where gamers are actively incentivized to spend money on their games. The restrictions could affect those types of monetization models, which would then have to be restructured, and some of the games might actually have to be pulled out from the stores. However, both Tencent or NetEase would recover in the long run. However, in the same cannot be said for smaller gaming companies. Well, I mean, it's a good thing that Hoyoverse makes like $62 billion a year then.
Yeah. I was
am
wondering.
wondering about, because the next update for Genshin is very soon.
Yeah.
Like 4.4 is out soon. So, are we going to get these changes?
I don't know. Maybe they'll do like what EA did in Holland when Holland turned around and went. Was it Holland or Belgium? I think it was Belgium actually. Belgium turned around and went, "Yeah, this is gambling, so no." And EA went, "No, we'll take you to court." What, to Belgium court? About Belgium law.
You're going to take the Belgian lawmakers to Belgium court.
Your lawyers clearly don't understand how this all works, do they? You honestly, going on a tangent now. I still believe the EA management thought they were going to go to US court.
Oh yeah, of course they did.
They thought they were going to go to US court, and then the Belgian authorities went, "Well, here's the court you're going to. How the fuck's this? This is the court in Belgium." No, we're going to this court in the US where we know the judge. This is where we're going. No. It is Belgian law you are breaking.
So
it is Belgian court you will go. Anyway, back to... I wonder if that'll happen. It's like out inside China, there will be no dailies. Maybe they'll amalgamate them into weeklies. And we will still, like FIFA, like EA FC, God say, I still call it FIFA because fucking hell. It's the same game, just a different label on it. Anyway, where in Belgium you can't buy Ultimate Team packs, but you can outside of Belgium, sort of thing. I wonder if that'll be the case. If not, maybe they'll do something else. I don't know, but do you know what they'll do? The thing that we've been telling them to do. That they've slowly been drip feeding people. That we're going to get 3 with the next update.
Oh, they'll just make skins.
They'll start making skins.
They'll
make more skins.
I mean, yeah.
We said if they want another license to print money, that is what you do.
I mean, that's true, but would that not go into the rule of like additional spending?
You are buying a product. Not topping up your Primo Gems or whatever for gacha pulls.
I mean, there's a chance that we might lose the the crystals.
Yeah.
So basically, instead of buying the crystals, to which then you have to change the Primo Gems, you can just buy Primo Gems.
Maybe either that or I don't know. I don't know how it's going to.
This is what I mean. It's like it's going to be weird.
It is going to be weird. I personally think potentially this could come out as a net positive for gamers, because
well, in China it will, because basically they've set
the bullshit monetization.
No, right. So what they're doing is they're setting up a regulator to oversee the entire
to make sure everyone's full. Right? Yeah,
it will help there for the gaming industry, mainly because when a new game comes out, it obviously. Whenever anything new comes out, it
has to pass
the
regulators.
Through the regulators, right? So it has to go through, but the regulators only have 60 days to give the yay or nay, right? Which means in China, games could probably come out a little bit faster than they have been.
Yeah, but also the point I was going to make was a lot of these bullshit monetizations would not be passed by China, and it's the biggest market.
Yeah.
So either the AAA game industry doesn't release games in China, which is a dumb thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Or B, they stop the bullshit monetization that would be blocked in China. Or C, which is what I think they'll try and do, is they'll have the non-bullshit monetization in China,
for China
get absolutely slated for how crap their game is over its like lack of progression, grindy, no rewards. And still release the bullshit monetization in the West because, gamers are dumb.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the problem is so in a sense, I'm hoping for option B, where they literally have to figure out how to, try to release games in Japan without having to make China, without having to make too many changes to their bullshit monetization. And hopefully, you know, they realise. Do you know what makes? Do you know how to make money in the gaming industry? This is the big shock here. You make a good game. You make a game that doesn't nickel and dime people out of everything every 2 fucking seconds, and a game that actually takes itself seriously at times. You know, no, a game that when it tries to take itself seriously, but doesn't instantly fucking undermine that entire we're a serious thing with bullshit like Nicki Minaj in Warzone.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't take Call of Duty as a series now seriously at all. With all the fucking it's trying to be Fortnite. It is literally trying to be Fortnite.
Yeah.
And the thing that went with Fortnite is that Fortnite never at one stage at all, apart from the sweaty players, which you will get in every game, no matter what game.
Yeah.
Fortnite never took itself seriously.
No.
That is why no one looks at Fortnite and all the stuff in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like the Master Chief fighting off against Megatron and Optimus Prime, with the Power Rangers and fucking Goku. And Batman. No one looks at that and with Fortnite and goes, ugh. Call of Duty, on the other hand, I look at that and go, you fucking shilling piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because Call of Duty constantly went on about like, oh, we're serious, blah 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 blah. We're a serious war game, blah 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 blah.
And then Warzone came out.
And you basically and then they just tried to chase the Fortnite money.
Yeah, now it's just like skins and that's really all it is now. It's just a shop.
It's a shop
for stuff that you're not really going to use.
No,
that's the worst part about it. Like you can't if you want a skin, you've got to buy a pack.
Yep.
Right, you've got to buy the skin and guns that come with it and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, but I don't want that. Just give me the skin for like a $5.
Just give me this.
It's not hard.
Yeah, but then they couldn't charge $40 for it. And that's the reason why they sell $40.
It's like it's nearly 20 quid.
The thing is, they know people only buy it for the skins, but they have to somehow justify the $40. They want to sell you skins for $40, but they don't. No, but they have to justify it. So that's why all this other stuff is attached onto it, so that they go, but look, you get all this stuff. They're pixels, you fucking moron.
Yeah. Oh well. So yeah.
It'll be interesting how
the
market reacts.
The live stream for Genshin is this week. It's either this week or next week.
Where we'll see what the new event is.
Well, we'll see all the new stuff.
Yeah.
But because it should be the Lantern Night.
Yeah.
If you don't know, it's their big yearly.
It's basically Chinese New Year.
Yeah, it's a Chinese New Year event that they do, and it's always a big thing for Genshin because that's when it's the big event.
Yeah, it's the big yearly event. It's the one that they basically start hinting at.
And we always get like a little new area to explore whenever this happens.
Yeah.
So, but with all these implementing coming in from the Chinese government, we might see what effect they're going to have on the game, if any.
I think they're going to turn all your daily stuff into weeklies.
Possibly.
But it won't be like, for example, the login, the bonus you get, it won't be it'll be like 4 logins or 5 logins instead of this instance. It won't be 7 logins, it'll be 4 or 5. So that they basically can't, they can turn around, look, we're not telling them to log in every day. I don't mind that, because then it means you don't have to go in every day to get your battle pass done.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which, to be honest, you don't have, if you do all the events and you do enough of the weeklies. You know, I've nearly finished the battle pass this season.
Yeah, same here.
And it's like, there's still like over 10 days to go. So it's like, it is lenient enough with the amount of experience it gives you. So, I think the dailies will go away and they'll be amalgamated. We'll get more weeklies to do.
That's fine, I'm fine with that.
Which, yeah, I'm okay.
I'm okay with that.
And I think they may change the stuff you use to the stuff that you get that builds up every day to use.
Oh, the resin.
The resin. Yeah, the resin. I think they'll up the limit, and it will recharge over a week. So it'll give you the maximum will be a week's worth sort of thing. That may be what may happen. I don't know. I'm not a game developer.
We will find out.
It may be that they do something special for China when everyone else gets stuck with the same system we've got now. I don't know.
I am looking forward to the Line Right. Just mainly because I want to see the new skins. Your Ganyu was getting a new one. Getting a skin.
Ah, cool.
So, Coco Go!
Coco Go will get a new skin. Oh, she's still OP. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, I've just had my ultimate finish. Here, it's back up again.
Navia, man. Navia.
Unfortunately, I didn't get Navia.
Navia hits like a truck. It's ridiculous.
Have you seen the combo of Raiden with the new lass? The 4-star?
Sheriffus?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it.
Sheriffus.
The one with the musket.
No, yeah. Right, so she has an aim ability.
Yeah.
It combos with the Raiden's.
Oh, okay.
So and it's fire.
Oh, so it overload?
It explodes.
Yeah. I think it's overload.
Yeah, it overloads. It's overload. So, pretty much people have been gearing it up and just from afar killing everything. Just going sniper mode. I'm like, oh my god, it's just ridiculous. It's great.
Oh, wow.
I do want her. She seems really fun to play as.
But yeah, okay, so yeah, China's new rules. They should be in now. Like I said, the article was on 3 weeks ago,
and it was due to come in
I think it's this week.
Yeah,
I want to say this week.
It's supposed to be rubber stamped, sort of thing. Because at the moment in China, everything that gets announced is basically happening. It's not one of these in the UK or
where they go, well, we hope to get this done.
This is what we want to happen. This is what we want to put through, and then someone reads the details and goes, well, this is the dumbest piece of shit I've ever heard of. We're going to vote against it. No, that doesn't happen in China, as far as I'm aware. It goes, Xi Jinping wants this to happen. It happens.
Right. Okay. Moving on. We're not going to be talking about computer games now.
Oh, we're not.
No, we're talking tabletop.
Oh, Games Workshop.
Yes.
Good or bad news?
Good and bad.
There's
two things.
It is Games Workshop. There was always going to be a bad.
Right.
Why do you not want money, Games Workshop? Why do you hate it?
This is good for consumers because Games Workshop are notorious at underproducing their stock.
Yes.
I should know. I've been trying to get a Necrons Codex for the last 3 months. And I still can't get one. And I'm not paying the ridiculous...
hell, the Norm Emissary you've been...
I know. You have no idea how long I was trying to get that thing.
Dear God.
I finally got one.
At least the one thing, because I'm a Space Marines collector, it's unless I want the named stuff, I'm okay.
You can
and
I don't walk into Games Workshop. You're fine.
I don't want the name stuff. Now, granted, when Vulcan's announced, I will be joining your club of Jesus Christ. Can I just get the model I want, please?
Yes.
Except mine's going to be even more ridiculous because Vulcan, even though he's a Primarch and is around about 10 foot odd tall, he's still not going to be the size of the other models that people want.
No.
Not necessary.
Yeah.
He a big boy.
He big.
He big.
He big. He's not chunky though.
He's not chunky. No.
He's just big.
He's just big.
Okay, right. So Games Workshop may build a Forge World in Nottingham, or at least add to its manufacturing capacity in the company's semi-annual financial reports. Games Workshop noticed that it was exploring options for a new factory at their Nottingham campus to meet long capacity planning. The company, which produces Warhammer 40k and other games in-house, noted that it had already broken numerous output records during the previous periods thanks to improving efficiency within its current manufacturing facilities.
Yes, but when the bar is already low, breaking that bar.
Yeah, when the bar's pretty small.
No, don't get me wrong. This is not me shitting on like the workforce or anything. This is me just basically saying, what Games Workshop
are notorious of this. Like, this is one of the things that Games Workshop are like infamous for.
They
never produce enough to demand.
You would think a company like Games Workshop
by the way, the biggest tabletop company in the world.
The biggest strategy tabletop company in the world. You would think that they would be their factory to make this shit would be like, I don't know, no, I wouldn't say like Tesla size, but like a car, like a generally decent sized car manufacturing plant sort of thing. You'd think it would be a decent size, because it's not just Warhammer 40k they do, it's Age of Sigmar. It is they still have Forge World models for some of the older.
Well, there's Forge World, which is your really special models.
Your special models are more and like your older models that are no longer in normal production. For example, Old One Eye for the Tyranids.
Yep. So there's Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. They've just
Specialist games.
They've just re-released the Old World.
That's
literally just started. I think the weekend just gone.
FYI, for people who like your Rat Boys Scathing, your vampire counts, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, ogres. You're out of luck. They're not there.
Yeah, they're not there
yet. Hopefully.
Oh, Dark Elves as well.
Oh,
Dark Elves aren't.
Are you
being supported out?
Games Workshop? Are you fucking?
Tomb Kings are though.
Oh, God for you.
Well, no, because Lizardmen. I was a Lizardmen.
Oh yeah, Lizardmen
aren't being supported in the Old World.
I mean, if you've got the models from the old Warhammer game, they still count. But
you can still use them, although you can't use them in official tournaments.
They're going. You know what? They are going to eventually have to.
Yeah, eventually, but how long? How long are you going to have to wait? If you're a Lizardman or if you're a Skaven player,
I know,
right?
It sucks.
I mean, like the problem is that those. I know we've gone on a tangent and. Yeah, but the problem is that those now you can still use them, but eventually the power creep's gonna come in, and if those armies haven't been refreshed or updated, then no one's gonna play them.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. People will still play them because people don't play. Like, if people played games
no, I'm not saying no one's gonna play them. What I'm saying is that there's no right. So you're a Skaven player, right? I'm a Bretonnia player.
Yeah,
I'm getting new stuff all the time. My stats are going up. Yours aren't.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, we would play each other. I would stomp you into the ground every time.
Yeah. I think the problem is like if they don't include them, there'll be an awful lot of people that will still look and go, look, I'm just going to stick with the last edition I had, which is the one before you cancelled everything. And all my friends are going to keep that. And we're just not going to spend money.
Where were we?
They want to basically make a new factory because of the...
Other games in-house noted that it already had broken numerous output records during the previous period thanks to improving efficiency within its current manufacturing facilities. There is no current timeline for the new factory, which would likely increase the company's manufacturing capacity. Which, please, just do it.
I mean, it won't be... The thing is also, it's not just a simple case of, we want new factory, we build new factory.
Mainly this is your fault. Mainly so that, like, I can get Necron Army now. Since you bought me the Silent King. So
yes,
now I need an army.
You could just build them for display.
No.
Well,
no, I can build them for a display, but I can't just have the Silent King.
No,
it would look weird.
You would need at least some guards.
I need an army. He needs an army. It's like with Tyranids. My Tyranids are probably going to be for display. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But, like...
You can't just have the Norm Emissary.
I can't just have the Norm Emissary. I've got, like, I've got the Leviathan box, which means I've got the Combat Patrol. Then I've got the Death Leaper and some other units, some other special units.
And Old One Eye.
And I've got Old One Eye. You know, so, yeah. I can't wait to build Old One Eye. I love Old One Eye.
One of the very few named Tyranids.
Yep, he's also, he's not part of the Hive Mind.
No, because...
Which is why he's off on his own.
Yeah.
But, so...
He's a very old Tyranid Carnifex? Isn't he?
Yes, I think
Question
he's a
mark?
Carnifex.
I think I got the name right. Oh, well, anyway. The issue is like... Games Workshop can't just go, oh, we want a new factory and then build a new factory. They need... Because we're the UK, and we're slow as fuck in regards to doing things, because...
Well, we're the UK.
We're the UK. They need to get planning permission.
Yeah.
Which means they need to go and basically get designs for the expansion to the factory or the second factory or whatever. Present them to the council. Inevitably have the council ask questions, probably some of which will be really stupid, like, well, aren't these just kids' toys?
Yeah.
So they'll have that to deal with. And then they have to go up into the public. And then have to deal with all the NIMBYs going, I don't want that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So just because they say they want to doesn't mean that it will happen. Hopefully it does, because they really need to up their production.
Yeah, they do. Like, this last year, Warhammer alone, like, massively shot up in demand.
I'm trying to think what caused that.
Well, a lot of things. Number one, Henry Cavill.
Oh, yeah, I know Henry Cavill was but like...
Then you've got... the main thing that happened, right, was COVID. Right, COVID happened. And what happened was, a lot of people, when they didn't have anything to do, they bought Warhammer to build and paint. It gave them something to do.
Yeah.
Right? So that helped, right? And then what happened was, there's now, like, I mean, it's always been there, but like the other part of Warhammer of just not really playing it, but collecting and building and painting and showing off, that grew exponentially.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of people now that, like, mainly just collect Warhammer to build and paint
and build
is
like dioramas
humongous.
and that.
Yeah, make dioramas, make their own scenes. It's massive now. Like, the last Golden Demon Awards that they do was apparently it was the largest entries that they've ever had, and it's mainly because COVID happened.
Yeah. I have to admit, I saw a picture once of, and it's a meme, but of someone with just the base with some terrain on it, and put it as a Tau stealth suit.
Yeah.
Now, what I would have done is I would have just painted it fully purple.
Yeah.
Because to all you Orc fans, purple is stealth.
See, what I want to do if I ever do dioramas and stuff like that, I want to do famous Disney scenes.
Oh,
as Warhammer 40K.
As Warhammer 40K. do you know what I want to do? I want to do All You Need Is Kill.
That would be cool.
Where it's instead of human, the Earth Defense Forces or whatever,
it's the Imperial Guard.
It's the Imperial Guard and Tyranids.
Tyranids.
You could do like some of the Necron units.
There's Terminator. Easy.
You could easily just get a Tyranid as alien.
Yeah. That's my plan for my Tyranids.
An alien
is to paint them like Xenomorph.
Xenomorph, yeah. That, to be honest, I've seen a few armies with the Xenomorph colour scheme.
It just looks
They
so cool.
look so fucking cool.
It looks so cool. But yeah, and so you've got that part which shot up, and then the React channels on YouTube started looking at the lore, because if you noticed, Warhammer lore channels have just shot up.
Oh god, yeah,
in popularity.
I know good old Bricky's
video,
to be justifiably, because his videos are
good.
Great.
His videos are very good, and I think the best thing about Bricky and his Warhammer videos is they're very easy for people who have no idea what Warhammer is. They're very easy for them to get into.
It's a good it's a good launch pad.
Yeah,
a very good.
Ricky's
launch
videos are really, really good for somebody who has no idea what Warhammer 40k is to get involved in the lore and just understand basically the bare minimum. And if you want to go further than that, there are tons of lore channels that you can look at that delve deeper into the books. I watch.
Speaking of Bricky, Ridiculous Adeptus.
Yes, which that little podcast that's there mainly to make fun of Warhammer, which is it's still quite funny and good. I think people should watch that. But I watch for in-depth stuff. There's somebody called Wes Hammer.
Yeah,
and he's really, really good.
Then there's also those that do their own custom models.
Yeah, Major Kill's pretty good. Major Kill's one of the bigger ones.
One of the bigger ones, but he's he's a talent.
Yeah.
But yeah, like So what I'm trying to figure out is like there has not been one. You know how usually when trends blow up, there's usually like one thing that you can point at and go, "Oh, that's why." Like, for example, Among Us was the streamers started showing it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can literally point your finger out.
I think it's two things. I think it's two things. I think one, Instagram and Twitter, because that's where a lot of your builders and painters are just showing off their armies, and people are like, "Wow, that's really cool."
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Especially those that get really into it and decide to build the blooming Titans.
Yeah. Also, obviously Twitch, because you can now stream people when you're building them, and you can chat. So if you watch, I watch quite a few people who build things, and it's just generally quite nice to have on in the background, or even just watch as you're chilling.
Yeah.
There's that. Like I said, you've got the React channels who have been watching people's Warhammer videos,
lore videos,
and lore videos and that, right? And then I think the icing on the top was Henry Cavill. I think Henry Cavill and the announcement that Amazon and Games Workshop
I can see a lot of people going, "Wait, Henry Cavill's going to do? There's going to be a whole series development of stuff with Warhammer. What is this? Why is he so interested in it?" And then people started, and like Henry Cavill is a geek,
and I think
he's a great geek.
The thing for Henry Cavill, if you've ever watched when he starts talking about Warhammer, he gets that look on his face. Like whenever somebody starts talking about something that they generally love, like everybody does this. They get that look on their face.
There's just a smile, the uncontrollable smile. Of like,
and you look at them and you go, "Well, this makes them that happy. I want to know what it is."
Yeah. What was the show he went on? Was it where he basically started talking about his?
I think it was. I think it was.
Was it Graham Norton? I'm pretty sure
it might have been because Tom Holland was.
Tom Holland. Yeah, it was him and Tom Holland. They started talking about their armies they were collecting, and like, okay, and then I think was it a few weeks later, Shayna
Baszler challenged Graham Norton to a match because Graham Norton called Warhammer 40k a game for children, and
no, it is not. I mean, technically. Children can play it,
but they should never know. They should never know.
Oh God, no!
Things until they're older.
You can let your kids play and make all the shiny models, but don't introduce them to the lore, because the lore is. Well, and they say it's grim dark. That is being generous.
Yeah.
That is being generous. There is no good guy in Warhammer 40k.
Not really, no. Although they are kind of changing that a little bit, but that's mainly due to, it's really hard to write a story where everybody's a bad guy.
Yeah, well, they have protagonists and they have antagonists.
Yeah, but
like you will be, for example, any Inquisition stuff. It's always through the eyes of the Inquisition, which means they think they're the good guys. That's the thing. That's the best bad guys. The bad guys that think they're the good guys. Everyone.
No, what I'm saying is, it's really hard to constantly write books.
Yes.
About where everybody's basically an asshole, and to get people to keep buying those books.
I totally understand that. But
they are changing it. That's why Gilliman is the way he is. Because Gilliman is, I would say, probably the goodest good guy you could get in Warhammer 40k.
At the moment.
That's literally all you can get.
No, at the moment. Vulcan, when he shows up, is the goodiest good guy you
Well,
can get.
I would agree with that, but Vulcan is a humongous xenophobe.
That is very true. So is the entirety of the Imperium.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Gulliman is not... Gulliman is the pragmatic...
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, Gulliman's probably the goodest good guy, because he's just pragmatic. He will look at... Even though he may not like Xenos, he will still work with them, because it's just like, well, this will work. Vulcan will just hit everything with his hammer. He doesn't like them. That's how much he doesn't like Xenos.
Oh, the meme. You an elf? We're going to finish this thing with chaos. But after that, there'll be problems.
So yeah.
Actually, do you know what? One thing about the Warhammer 40k popularity getting more popular, if more people get into the lore and that, we'll get more memes.
Yeah, we'll get more memes.
Because those of us who know the lore and, you know, love Warhammer 40k, but don't like go stupid serious about it, because we know it's just a game. We like the lore. We like the memes about the lore.
Yeah, but right. So if you think about it, like the lore for Warhammer 40k, it's been going on since, I want to say, like late 80s.
Mid 80s, I think. I think it was mid 80s when it was
40k.
Yeah.
Because Warhammer Fantasy was obviously the original thing. And that was early 80s, I think.
Yeah. And then they went sci-fi.
And then 40k came out, and the lore for, like, granted, I mean, the lore for this Warhammer 40k is batshit insane. But apparently, first edition Warhammer 40k was absolutely bonkers.
Firstly, oh yeah, I've seen some of it. It is literally like it makes no sense whatsoever. It is absolutely insane. But again, just the memes.
Yeah, the memes. So yeah, the lore for Warhammer, because it's Warhammer's old, like it's old now.
Yeah,
it's so old.
Well, yeah, it's
and it's had so many writers
over
and so
40
many
years old now.
Yeah, so it's gonna have it's gonna have crazy things. Although Warhammer still has the greatest troll in the universe of Trazyn.
Yes,
he is the greatest troll ever to exist. There will never ever be another character that can troll as well as Trazyn does.
Yes,
Trazyn the Infinite is amazing, and I love him.
Yeah,
everybody loves Trazyn because he's just a dick, and he's not even a dick in a bad way, like the
Erebus.
Chaos guys are, or Erebus,
Erebus,
or the Inquisition is, or anything like that. No, he's just a dick in the sense of, like, he's that guy who will deliberately not do the thing that you need him to do because you said something about his cat.
Yeah, he takes a lot of things personally.
Like, this is so in the fall of Cadia, right, he actually helped the Imperium, not deliberately. Basically, this bell was going off in his museum, and he got sick and tired of it, so he just flung it out into space, and it landed on Cadia. That was it. It was just like, oh my god, you're such a dick.
But
Oh, Cadia. The planet fell before they did.
The planet fell before the core did. Before the guard did, I think is the actual...
Yeah. But oh well. Anyway, moving on, still about Warhammer.
Yeah.
So, The Ending and Death, Volume 3, which, by the way, if you do not know, is the last book of the Horus Heresy. Of the entire thing.
Which is basically the most defining moment of Warhammer 40k lore.
Well, the second most defining moment.
Right, so there is...
what I mean is like, in chronological order, I would say it's probably... in chronological order, it's probably the third. Or the fourth.
In importance, in level of importance...
In points of lore, it's probably number 1.
Yeah, it is literally the end of the Horus Heresy.
Closely followed by the War of Heaven.
It is the death of Sanguinius. It is the fight between Horus and the Emperor. It is the death of Horus in both not only the physical, but also the ethereal planes. Like Horus is as to quote good old
Oogie
Oogie Boogie,
he double
dead. He's double dead. And it basically sets up everything that the Warhammer 40k is when you approach the game. This is it. The moment. At the moment the entire... God knows how many Horsehousey books have been,
Right.
been leading up to.
That went on sale. The special edition, so you know they release a hardback of all their big books.
Yeah. Signed and all that.
Oh, it's signed and all that. So the special edition went on sale on Saturday. 10% of the books have been snatched up by scalpers and put on eBay for close to £500 to £1,000.
I hope you burn. I hope those stocks of those...
The problem here is that Warhammer, Games Workshop, they redid their website specifically to deal with scalpers because Games Workshop again are notorious for not dealing with scalpers.
But also they also don't like people making money from their product, which scalpers make money from their product.
Yeah, there you go. So the book for the pre-order on the website is $80, so £50 for us, and it's been taken by scalpers, and the price has been hocked up to $300 to $380, or $250 to $300 quid here.
Here's an idea, Games Workshop. Go to those people and sue the fucking pants off them. You like doing that? Here's a primary target.
It's not that. We're back into the same problem with fucking scalpers again. It's just like, oh my god, just sort your shit out. Just fucking sort your shit out. It's not hard.
I know. I know. Like they shouldn't have let it happen in the first place.
Apparently, basically, what's been happening, what was happening for this, right, was people were in a queue, because of course they were, and these scalpers were using bots to bypass the queue.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Great. See, this is the thing when they go on about like, oh well, we've put this, that, and the other. We've put a bloody pick the pictures thing, and I'm like, the time it takes me to do one of those fucking prove I'm a human thing, a bot will have done about 10,000.
Yeah.
I would have gotten through a few of them already. Like, it doesn't solve the problem. It just makes it harder for the actual people to get to the product.
So safe to say, obviously, fans are not happy about this.
No.
I mean, the new website's terrible, to be fair. It's really hard to navigate.
When did they get the new website?
It wasn't that long ago. It was like, I want to say 2 weeks ago.
Because if it was just before Christmas, I remember trying to... I was actually trying to navigate for your present.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it might have been just before Christmas.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's a terrible website.
I put it this way, right? I got to the product I wanted to buy. I wasn't sure it was the actual product. Even with it on the screen, I was like, is that what I want? And needless to say, I bought it, but I was like, okay, I've looked through, read everything. It does say what it was meant to be. Bought it. Box came. Of course, it's not. The box came, and it's just the blank.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, I don't want to open it, but I'm going to have to make sure it's the actual thing I want. It was. But, yeah, the website is
the website awful. It's really, really hard to navigate now. Like, if you want to buy something, it's just like, where do I go?
Yeah, I know. It's like, there's not because they basically, you're like, oh, do you want to buy models? Here. Do you want this drop-down list? Now, do you want to buy Forge World models or normal models? Do you want to buy metal models? Which army do you want to buy them from?
Yeah.
I'm like,
just let me go to the army. Let me go to the army.
Just give me all your armies in a fucking tab that I can click on, and then bring me to then for Warhammer 40k as an example. Then give me vehicle. Say I click on Imperial Guard, vehicles, squads, heroes. It's not that hard.
Yeah. But apparently it is.
Apparently it is.
But anyway, back to the scalpers, because scalpers suck. Almost 10% of the limited edition copies of The End and the Death Volume 3, the final Horus Heresy book, has been listed on eBay by scalpers according to Wargamers analysis. 2,500 copies of the highly anticipated volume went on sale on the Games Workshop web store on Saturday morning. At least 176 had been resold via eBay.
Yeah.
And 62 are currently on sale when Wargamer investigated on Monday. That's just talking about the look of the book. We're not really bothered about it. Basically, right, it's just a red book with a pyramid on it.
Yeah.
There you go. I've told you exactly what it looks like.
Scalpers, you can go. I hope the hell exists and there's a special place for you.
Demand for the book was so high that Games Workshop web store queue system intended to manage extremely high traffic volumes came into effect throughout Saturday. Customers faced waits of up to 1 hour whether they wanted the converted volume or were just stopping by for some Space Marines and paint for miniatures. This makes two weeks running when customers have grappled with queues and limited stock for an in-demand item. Pre-orders for Warhammer The Old World, also The Old World had a massive problem when it got released.
God damn it.
You know, thank God I didn't actually buy the Leviathan box from Games
Workshop.
No. Oh, fuck.
Put it this way, if I'm buying anything from Games Workshop, unless it's like Forge World stuff, I'm probably buying from somewhere else.
The new edition of Games Workshop Classic Game of Fantasy Battles opened on Saturday, January 6th. High demand items, including the rulebooks. Oh yeah, actually, we need to talk about the Old World. 5 rulebooks.
Wait, what?
So there's a core rulebook,
right?
Then there's a rulebook for the good guys, whatever the fuck that means for Warhammer, and there's a rulebook for the bad guys, whatever the fuck that means for Warhammer.
I know. I was...
And then there's basically the codexes.
Yeah, the army rule sets.
The army rule sets.
Right, okay, so question mark, who the fuck are the good guys?
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck does that mean for what?
I mean, technically you could call the Empire...
The Empire are not good.
Good guys because they worshipped Sigmar, but then again, you know, they were literally, like, purging everyone who didn't worship Sigmar.
Exactly.
You know, Kislev are, you know, the same, except it's the Bear Guard. Orcs were just, you know...
They're just orcs.
Orcs. You know, they fight.
Gork and Mork.
Gork and Mork and all that sort of stuff, and just fight.
High demanding...
I mean, you can't call the dwarfs good because they literally have a book of grudges.
Yeah.
That is kept up to date.
Yeah, Chaos Dwarfs, they're not in there.
They weren't in really anyway.
No, near the end they actually got brought in.
Yeah, I know they got... Well, no. Right, so Chaos Dwarves, before they were brought in for Warhammer...
Not the old world, it was
Total War.
End Times. End Times, that's when they got their models.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is always that they were still they were basically attached to the Chaos armies.
Oh, yeah.
They were, there wasn't this specific Chaos Dwarfs army rule set book. They were attached to...
Pretty sure they're near the end.
They got their own army in Warhammer Total War 3.
Yeah.
They got that.
Okay.
So, but in the actual, like...
Tabletop,
I'm pretty sure if they... don't get me wrong, there was probably at one point a Chaos Dwarves book, army book, but it was probably a very old one.
Probably.
But like I said, the dwarves have a book of grudges. And they have grudges on everyone.
The elves aren't exactly good.
The elves are as good as you could expect from elves who are higher than thou and think they're superior to everyone else. And will literally sacrifice you to protect themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Bretonnians are questing knights.
The Bretonnians are dicks. Yeah. Like, just 100%, they're just dicks.
They literally go, we are allowed to go through here with our horses in armour and take all your resources to make sure we don't die because we're Bretonnians.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
We take all your water from this desert.
And we say
Desert village.
for the lady, so that there you go. That's it's okay if we do it because we do it for the lady. Well, okay, no, but the only true good in Warhammer
Lizardmen.
was the Lizardmen because their literal job was to fight back chaos, and that's it. And ogres because you knew exactly what you were getting with ogres. Ogres were ogres.
Ogres were ogres.
They just wanted to eat.
They were basically there to take something from you or.
No, they just wanted to eat.
Or eat you.
Most of the time, it was just food. I'm going to eat. It might be you. But I'm going to eat something.
Yeah.
That's an ogre. That's it.
They're the ogres.
They're just like the orcs, except that they want food and orcs just want to fight.
Orcs just fight.
So yeah, Games Workshop. Good in the fact that we might be getting another factory. Factory? Would you call it a factory? Yeah, we'll call it a factory. Yeah. Well, Forge World, another Forge World.
It's basically a factory.
Yeah, so
manufacturing plant.
We can get more manufacturing, which means we might actually be
more models.
They might actually meet demand at one point in their existence, which would be nice. I would love to be able to get Games Workshop to go. Yes, we've sold all these. We sold this many boxes of this thing, and we've got all this left. Oh my god! Shock horror. Should we lower the price down of our things now?
No, why would you do that? Lower the price? Don't you mean add another zero?
I do like a good codex though. I will admit, I do like a good codex. Especially the new ones with the mean hardback. Very nice.
Yeah, the hardback codexes are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it is nice that they're starting to bring out actual, like, here are some actual fire teams for you to, if you want to use them.
Yeah.
In like, so, and it's a lot easier to balance because up until 10th edition, they've actually come out and admitted that the game wasn't balanced at all.
Oh no, it was never balanced.
Like when Necrons came out, the person who designed the rule set for Necrons, long after he left the company, admitted that he made them overpowered.
Yeah. Yeah.
With their ridiculous fucking regenerations.
Well, I mean, to be fair, at the time, let's be honest, at the time, the only faction that could take on a Space Marine army was the Necrons.
That's very true, but also there wasn't a faction that could actually stand up to the Necrons.
No, yeah, but like there wasn't another faction that could. If you went up against a Space Marine army back in the day, you weren't another Space Marine army, you were fucked.
Yeah,
you could even be Chaos, you were still fucked. You were done. You were not going to win.
But it's good that they're getting another. Well, hopefully, there are. It's not a done deal. There are plenty of things, some of which are out of Games Workshop's control.
Yeah.
Things that could stop it.
Yes.
But it's nice to hear that they are potentially going to be making a new factory.
Yes.
Which means production will go up. But also, it means more jobs.
Yeah.
This is good. These are all good things.
I know. Until somebody comes along and goes, nah, no, I don't want it.
We don't want this here.
We don't want this here. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're in Nottingham. Where you? There's nothing there.
We have Robin Hood. Yeah, in Sherwood Forest. Do you know where Sherwood Forest is? It's not actually in Nottingham.
But anyway, I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
That's a good point, and I do hope you've enjoyed the chat. Not a lot to really talk about other than obviously the layoffs.
Which is sucking.
I really had to look.
Yeah, well, it's the beginning of the year, and we haven't had any major shocking we haven't had anything on the scale of fucking Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, that's true.
Sort of thing.
That is true.
So that's, by the way, gaming industry. That's not an ask. Please do something terrible.
Actually, gaming industry. Could you just sort your shit out so you're not sacking people?
Yeah,
that would be nice.
That'd be great.
That would be really nice.
Anyway,
I do hope you're enjoying this chat, and we'll see you in the next ones. Bye now.
Toodles.